a horror film that's been released in January, to be sure nothing will go wrong. Right?
Say what again? Say what again? Say what again? Motherfucker, say what again? A bitch.
What's going on, Toller team, and Happy New Year's to y'all. Yeah, it's 2024 now. It's gonna take me a while to learn how to write that. It's gonna take at least 3 or 4 months, and then we're already a quarter of the way to the next new year. But anyway, I hope you guys had a great holiday. You got to spend some time with family, and let me know if you went and did something cool or you got something cool. Put it down here in the comments. Let me know what it was. So I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support. I got to see my father this Christmas, and I put it in the community tab. I did have a video, my most anticipated. I've been working on my, the worst films of 2023. I just put a complete stop to that because you guys were very supportive and said, you know what, spend time with your dad. He actually stayed in my office. So I did actually record a video, but it was just really awkward. I had to rush through it. I just didn't like it. And so those will be out this weekend. I know I'm a little bit late, but like I said, I had to spend time with some family. Speaking of the channel, I just want to thank you guys again for just all the support. We managed to accumulate almost 400 subscribers in 3 months? 4 months? I technically didn't really start doing this full blown until, 3 months ago. I guess you could say full blown. I still have a full-time job and all that, but actually being pretty dedicated to it. So I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support. And you know what? I've got a goal for 2024. I want 3K subs by the end of 2024. It's a goal. It's a big goal, but you know what? It's my goal. And with your guys' help, just like you've been doing all this time, I'm 100% going to get there, but you guys are fucking awesome. If you're new here and you like what you see, what you hear, feel free. Give me a like, drop a comment down below, maybe even subscribe. But that's not what you guys are here for, are you? You're here for a review. The first film of 2024, I checked out Night Swim. Let's get into this. Night Swim is a 2024 supernatural horror film directed by Bryce McGuire and produced by James Wan and Blumhouse. There's some talent in this film as it stars Wyatt Russell, Carrie Condon, I have a thing with names, and Gavin Warren. Night Swim is actually based on a short film of the same name back in 2014. So the plot of this film, you got a family, father gets struck with illness. I'm not really going to say how or why that affects him, but just know that this family is starting anew and they happen to move into this new house that they really like. Well, some sinister things start to unfold because the pool that's in the backyard has a very long, storied history. Yeah, that works. That's pretty much, that's Night Swim. To start off my positives, I'm actually going to commend the entire cast and the chemistry that they had on screen. I'm going to get to this later, but there's not a whole lot to go off of as far as writing goes. And despite that, everyone in the main cast had solid performances. The standout, though, was Wyatt Russell, which if you've been watching Monarch recently, yeah, that guy. But we see him combating his diagnosis of MS. And from point A, you really feel for this guy. Like, you really connect with him on an emotional level. And that's mostly in part to Russell's performance. And so he's definitely the focal point of the film in combating this diagnosis, and we're just going to say the stuff surrounding it. I don't do spoilers around here, but just rest assured, the fact that he has MS and how it affects his career is a very big aspect of this film. My second and last positive, this is going to be one of those, is the cinematography. Filming in and around actual water is difficult for pretty much any director, but McGuire takes these really unique just angles and framing in order to get these really cool and beautiful shots of the cast in the actual water. As a matter of fact, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you pay close attention, James Wan is the producer. in Night Swim. And you'll see some of those very early James Wan stylistic choices. And I feel like, since this is Maguire's directorial debut, it's his first film ever. I think he did a little bit of writing prior to this, but I know this is his first gig as a director. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, and I'm gonna say that James Wan was actually coaching and helping him along the way, because I see a lot of similarities in their styles and the way that they do things. That, however, does come with a little bit of a caveat. So there are quite a few scenes that take place in the water, underwater, above the water, but they kind of give up on that shit about halfway through the film, and I'm gonna get into that. And that leads me directly into my negatives. For every beautiful and visually appealing practical shot, there's a dog shit CGI one. It's pretty common knowledge at this point that Blumhouse makes films on the cheap. That's why they're still doing what they're doing. They make them cheap. It's almost impossible not to, at the very least, break even at the box office. But a lot of these films make an absolute shit ton of money because, well, horror fans are always hungry. But getting back to it, talking about the CGI, like I said in the last section, there's some really beautiful shots. You know, the framing, the angling, it's just, like I said, it's very visually appealing. But about halfway through the film, it's like they say, fuck it. They just fuck it all. All that shit we were just doing, nah, son, we're not doing that anymore. And if you've already seen Night Swim, obviously there's quite a few scenes in there where they couldn't use actual water. But the CGI in this is just god awful, and it's very apparent. Like, I understand that this film was made on an extremely low budget, but holy hell, it's like the artist or engineers or whoever the hell does the CGI, whatever that title label is, they just threw the book out the window. We're like, let's just slosh some shit together here, make it look like fucking crap. We don't care. And that's what we got. We're talking about like Aquaman levels of bad. There's a few things I can't mention that pertain to the CGI because I don't do spoilers up in here.
Not up in here! Not up in here!
But rest assured, when you get deeper into the plot and things start unfolding and certain things get revealed, you can tell. The things that get revealed, they look like just shit. They look like shit. Just straight shit. Shit. Speaking of shit, let's talk about the writing. I cannot recall the last time I saw a film that started off so strong and suspenseful, only to plummet into this typical corporate feeling garbage. What I mean by that is it seems like it's a very unique approach in the very beginning of the film, but then it just dissolves into this just massive ball of other horror films. And it's not like in a way where they're paying homage, you know, where they're kind of giving a little salute or a little tip of the cap to horror films that came before it. It's almost like the writers just ran out of ideas. You know, there's actually a point in Night Swim where everything changes, and you'll notice it straight up. Everything just changes. The tone changes. That's when the CGI starts looking like shit. That's when the writing goes to hell. And it, like I said, it just feels so stereotypical. And I hate that because there's quite a few short films out there that were made into full-length films that are actually pretty damn decent. Night Swim wasn't. It's like they ran out of ideas. They're like, fuck it, let's just go do some stuff people have done before. You know, let's copy their homework and change it up a little bit. Except there was no changing it up a little bit.
Well, let's be nice.
Yeah.
Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
So, should you check out Night Swim this weekend? I mean, it really depends. Like, if you're a huge horror fan and you're hungry for a horror film, it's been a couple of months, you haven't really seen anything, you're pissed off at the whole Christmas season, you just want to see something spooky, you could do worse. I mean, this isn't the worst January horror film I've ever seen, but that's not saying a whole lot. So, if you want to go check it out on a matinee showing, I don't think you could go wrong, but just know, like I said, walking into this, the CGI is terrible, which is just typical Blumhouse bullshit, and the writing is just all over the place. So, yeah, 2024, this is how we started. Anyway, I really do appreciate y'all for checking out my video. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Hey, whoa. Real quick, if you like what you heard, or maybe you didn't, or at the very least you think I have the best button downs on YouTube, do me a favor, throw a like up there. Maybe comment down below about how much I suck. I don't fucking care. And, if you feel extra special, sub if you want to listen to me talk some shit in the near future. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later.